else buy.
It's crazy. I don't know.
But yo, Kuya Cakes, thanks for tuning in. We were hanging out on the weekend at Offworld Bar.
What a great name, Kuya Cakes. Oh my god.
He does like retro gaming. He streams retro gaming too.
I love it.
I feel like that's right down your alley. So go check it out.
You should check it out. And I do stream retro gaming from time to time. But yes, I am Kuya Kicks, and we are here to talk about some fun toys, collectibles, and geek out with an awesome guy within the toy community. You saw him in that clip with Toying Around just a little while ago. None other than ACBA's Pancheezey.
Hello.
What's going on, homie?
What's up, dude? How are you?
Doing all right, doing great. Happy to have you here. Some exciting stuff. Obviously, we're pretty much past the halfway point of OcTOYber, which is crazy how time flies. But excited. It's been a while. I know that the last one that you and I got on was for the Asian Heritage Chat in May with Machu, which was a great time. And then you had some exciting stuff happen over the summer with adding an addition to the family, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I had a whole kid. That's right. You're right. I was like, what's this guy talking about?
no big deal. No big deal. So congrats again. Big things popping. Yeah. And then I'm getting married in December, so we got that coming down the pipeline. So 2024, big year for the boys. So yeah, Pinoys with toys are making moves. So thanks again for joining the chat today. OcTOYber, from what I understand, again started off in 2018. But I want to kind of talk about OcTOYber and planting the seed right now. That's something we're going to get into. And some Titan Toyz stuff. Titan Toyz is one of the brands that Drew Olive and I, again, we represent Toy Bacon. We work with them, and we kind of worked out a little fun collab with ACBA. But before we get into the meat, of the collab and all the awesome stuff that's kind of going on, I wanted to kind of, talk about a couple other things. You and I, we obviously share some Filipino heritage, so we can kind of geek out and have that personal touch from, our upbringing. The other thing, of course, is toy collecting, which is, one of the main things that brings us together. How I kind of came across, you through Kevin Toying Around's feed. And then the other thing is gaming. I know that was one of the big things, even in that one clip that you were on with Kevin. You put on the wrestling streams, you do a lot around Pokemon, gaming, other types of stuff. So I kind of wanted to start off today's stream by doing some lighthearted, just general interview stuff with you, if that's cool.
Yeah, of course.
And specifically around those two kind of topics, because I think a lot of people know you from the toy perspective. So I think let's go through a couple quick questions, if that's cool.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's go.
First one being, what toy or toy line got you collecting?
It's really hard to say. I remember, like, as far back as when I was a kid, I was collecting like Beast Wars, Transformers.
Hell yeah. Animated in Canada.
Hell yeah, dude.
Mainframe Studios out of BC.
I remember I won a drawing contest at like either a KB Toys or a Dollar General, both very different ends of the spectrum. But they gave me like a $10 gift certificate or something, and I bought like I can't remember the name of the Transformer, but it's like half eagle, half something. No, half falcon, half something. Anyway, but that was when I was a kid. But I started
Silverbolt or Tigerhawk.
Yeah, Silverbolt. There you go.
There you go.
Hell yeah, dude. But I started back up as like an adult, a young youth, when I went to San Diego Comic-Con. No, New York Comic-Con, one of the cons. I can't remember. But it was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Sola Chogokin Megazord. And like that was like the first high-end collectible thing that I bought as like an adult, and like it kind of just like rekindled. everything, and I was kind of like aimlessly wandering around like figures and just buying like whatever. But like the first time I really like locked in and like honed in on something was like Dragon Ball SHF. Like
Nice.
so that would be like
your gateway
collecting. You know what? Now that
line?
I actually think it, you know what? Now that I actually think about it, it's not Dragon Ball SHF. It's the D Arts Mega Man line. That was the like one of the first things that I was like, all right, tight, I'm into this. And then at the same time, adjacent, it was Dragon Ball SHF. It was just they continued to create figures where DRs is dead in the ground right now.
Yeah, and with that original line, I mean, there wasn't too many. Like they only really had, I think, Mega Man with the Rush and the Matul, right? Like from the OG Mega Man.
Yeah.
The X line, they had 1 or 2 releases of X. They had 2 versions, I believe, of Zero, and Bile, right?
Yeah, well, they had like a, you know, as I like dug deeper, I found out that there's like a handful of versions of X. There's X, then there's Max Armor X, then there's like
the Giga
the Max
Armor
Armor
or
for Mega Man
something.
4. Then there's like then there's like the New York Comic Con exclusive where he's metallic, and then there's a Japanese festival exclusive where it comes with like manga faceplates, which like took me forever to find. And he has like a cracked buster. It's so cool.
Nice.
But yeah, like you said, like the line, the Mega Man line wasn't very vast, but they just had like every figure was awesome. Like there were no duds in that line. It's so great.
Yeah. And I think they had like a Fig Art Zero, like 18-inch like Sigma statue.
Yeah, they
or
sure
something
did.
like,
I
right?
think I own it. I just don't know where it's like it's humongous. Like I just don't even know what I do.
I think that's a common collector issue, and not knowing what we have.
Oh yeah.
or you know what I mean, what's on ice and where things go. But speaking of Mega Man, because again, like I'm a big gamer, of course, Mega Man X, I was streaming and going through the X series and a couple of Easter eggs. In X on SNES, the first one, you can unlock the Hadouken, which is a one shot, right, for any enemy. X2, you get the Shoryuken, same thing, one-shotting bosses. And then in X3, you get the Z-Saber and gold-plated like armor and stuff like that, which was also released, I think, as a model kit in the last little while, right? So love that line. I do have a old school Mega Buster in storage, like that little replica cannon and stuff like that. So
me too.
Huge.
It's in my office.
Yeah, beauty. And I'm hoping, I'm scared. I actually haven't touched the Jada collection yet. Andrew's all over that. Drew Olive's all over that. Just because, you know, they're going into the Robot Masters, and then you just, you know, that's potentially 8x per game. And I feel that that's a quite a rabbit hole to get into. So I might regret it in the future, but in any case, big Mega Man fan. And really cool to hear that, you know, that Mega Man line and DBZ were what kind of got you into the collecting. I think the next question I'll ask you is what you're looking forward to. Are there any pre-orders or announcements or anything like that you know, you're looking to get up in the near future?
I'm looking forward to like these new Pacific Rim figures that are coming out. They're really sick. They're really high end. And then just like anything from the Dragon Ball line, honestly. Like it's not even like specifics at this point. It's just like whatever they put out, like I'm into it. King Cold is shipping right now, so like I'm waiting on that, and I'm just here for everything.
Nice. Before switching gears into some gaming related questions, just wanted to give a shout out to a couple people in the chat over here. What's going on? That Wrestling Hound, thanks for tuning in.
Woo, let's go.
Letho. Gotta cook food, but cook OcTOYber Day 16. Yo, let's get those submissions in.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's all for a good reason, with some trophies and some other fun stuff that Pancheezey and I will be talking about in the next little bit. Cap lives. What's up, everyone? What's going on, Cap? Nightmare Nemo. Hello, Brian. Who's Brian? Is there is somebody in the chat, Brian?
Cap lives is Brian.
There you go. Now I know. Hello, Brian. And Koopa Steve, what's going on? Yo, Koopa Steve. And last but not least, we got Infinity War Torn. Howdy, y'all. Howdy.
Hell yeah, dude.
You're my favorite deputy.
Whoa.
Didn't know about the channel. Just got a new sub. Really appreciate that. I started the channel a long time ago, thinking I was gonna, start with a lot of gaming stuff. This is probably when I'm gonna say the Nintendo Switch was just about to get was just kind of launched. I ended up getting an invite to like one of the launch parties, and I got to play like the 20-minute Zelda demo like in person, which was sick. Oh yeah, really excited about that. And then I was like, you know what? I got 20 minutes of Zelda footage. I should probably start a YouTube channel and see, what I could do with it. And then I kind of like hopped around from like gaming stuff to toy stuff, and then kind of went defunct for a little bit. But this year I've been trying to, do a little bit more. So, you've been helpful, you know what I mean, in doing that with the Asian Heritage chat and stuff like that. So
nice.
I appreciate, you inspiring me to get back into creating.
Wow, yeah. Oh, thank you.
And yeah, no, for sure. And we got Drew, all of my better half of Toy Bacon, also in the chat. So thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, Drew. All right, let's since we're caught up on chat over there, let's go into that gaming questions that I did want to ask you. So, first game you ever played?
Popeye for NES. In Philippines, we had a Famicom and we had Popeye. And that's like the first game I ever played. I vividly remember playing Popeye for NES. And then like
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say follow-up question. Have you replayed that game or played that game since?
I played it like like whenever like a new device comes out and like it has like emulation or whatever, like I'll play the number one game I'll play is Mega Man X first on everything, and then like Popeye. But I haven't played Popeye like in a very long time. It's not the number one. It's the one that was like basically it was like Donkey Kong. But like Popeye was the prototype for Donkey Kong, was it not? And then they turned it into Mario.
I think so, because that's why Peach or whoever she is in the game looks like olive oil.
Exactly.
And then what's DK? It looks like what's
Bluto.
Big dude's name? Bluto. There you go.
Yeah.
Right. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, and especially around that time when they were really just kind of reskinning games, like basically like Mario 2 isn't even a Mario game. Like they just reskinned some. Yeah, exactly. Like since when is throwing turnips and that the magic carpets and all that fun stuff part of what it is. But in any case, that's awesome. The reason why I asked is if you went back to that older title is because sometimes you go back and then you get like that reality check of how unforgiving like those older games are, right? Like we're perfect timing, like or you're restarting the entire game, which is crazy.
NES era stuff is brutal. Like, you really like racks your brain thinking like, how was I 5 years old and like just blowing through Mega Man 3? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's like NES at the 8-bit era is like the roguelike Souls-like games, like original. All right, the next question I'll ask you is, what game would you put money on? Like if you were to play competitively, or if you do play competitively, what money or what game would you put, to say like, hey,
okay.
I'm going in.
Oh man. Am I competing at like a national level, or is this like a local scene?
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying esports. I'm saying local scene, like among friends at a party, a local kind of like you dropped into a community center, whatever is going on. Because I know the gamut. Like I work in esports, so I see everything from local to collegiate to like professional, and like it scales like significantly. So I hear you. You know what I mean, right? So local.
Well, it's probably like DJ Max, which is like a music rhythm game. Like the vast majority came out on PSP, like DJ Maxx was my life for like years and years. I would just like play it all like over and over and over again. And then when Music Rhythm exploded in the US with like Guitar Hero, I was already like at a level where I could comprehend like music notes coming down, and like it was like a really cool like head start. So like I love Music Rhythm, specifically DJ Maxx. More topic like on topic of like current events, Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3 for Wii. Like I played that game so much when I was in high school, and I was like exceptionally good at that game. Like it's actually unreal. Sparking Zero, I'm like okay at right now, but I also don't have a lot of time to play right now. But I really like it. But in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, I beat the bricks off of my friend Ernest so bad with Chaozu, he returned his copy. He was like, I don't even want to play this game anymore. So
Pancheezey's the original Wozler, the original Justin Wong, just putting the fun in refund.
I'm saying, Plethos thing is there competitive Elder Scrolls. ESO baby, let's go.
There's competitive everything if you think about it, because the reason why I say that is speedrunning. Exactly. It doesn't matter if it's not head to head. Like you could be, speedrunning, and it could be, cheats and hacks or no hacks, you know what I mean, or whatever else it is. But you can make anything competitive. I got a little Extra Life light here behind me. I raise money for Extra Life. My local children's Miracle Network Hospital is sick kids here in Toronto, where a lot of like my friends or their kids, have had treatment there at some point in time. And game day is actually coming up. I believe it's November 2nd, the first Saturday of November, where I may be doing a 12-hour stream there. So stay tuned on that. I might cycle through some retro and maybe a couple different versions of Smash, which is that's my game. So we may get into that in a little bit here.
Wonderful.
BT3,
Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Okay, thank you. That's why you're here. So definitely the Dragon Ball games. Of all the Dragon Balls, like I definitely played a lot more of the illegitimate ones, like the Mugen PC emulator.
Mugen rules.
Mugen so crazy. Like, trying to share a keyboard where like I'm using WASD and you're using the arrow keys, and we're both trying to face two brawlies that are just like infinite comboing you into the corner is something that kids today will never know. But they get spoiled because they get fighters, which is basically
for one.
Yeah, and it's basically MVC2, on roids, and it looks incredible. So it's fun to watch. I'm not really good at those games, to be honest, but it's definitely something that I thoroughly enjoy. Watching people kick it there. So yeah, man, sweet. So thank you so much. I love learning more about your your adventures in toys and in gaming and stuff like that. Like I said, I think that's something that you and I both share. But I think what would be cool is if we can kind of switch gears into something that you've been doing for a while with ACBA, and something that you and the ACBA crew have graciously collaborated with some friends of ours. And what I'm referring to, of course, is, let's see here, find it.
Bye.
It's crazy.
Not this one.
Wow.
Wrong. That was the intro clip. And what we were getting at is OcTOYber. So I'll tell you a little bit about how I discovered it, and then maybe you can provide some some additional insights for the people that maybe learning for the first time.
Cool.
So to give you a little bit of background, like Drew Olive and I, we've been friends since the 6th grade. And what
wholesome
we bonded towards is not even action figures at that time. It was like collecting cards and comics. Nice. Fleer, Ultra, like the original those original sort of cards. And then eventually fast forward like past high school and stuff, our friendship has grown over time. He's looking for a roommate. I needed to move downtown and get closer to college, and it just serendipitously, like we reconnected. And he's like, "Yeah, man, like just move in and let's get let's get it going." And when I moved in with him, that's when I saw like his original Toy Biz, Marvel Legends, his McFarlane rock and roll toys and stuff like that that were up on the wall. And in my mind, I'm like, why the hell do I always just play with my stuff and put it away? Like, and not put, get it up on the wall. And that was when, I, started displaying my stuff. Um, and then he kind of put me on to, well, hey, dude, he's like, there's toy photography communities all over the place, and you got to learn about these guys, ACBA, and they do all tangible photography, and they sell flight stands, and there's all this stuff that I had no idea existed. So like I got to thank him for kind of exposing me to the community that y'all kind of created. And then we kind of got into some toy photography. We started Toy Bacon as a means to kind of sell our art, at local cons to try and like, either barter or like just kind of like get some deals, maybe like trade some prints to get a couple percent off, some new figures and stuff like that. And Drew's still been killing it through his handle, Drew Olive, if people aren't following him. But OcTOYber is something that he would always put on my radar to be like, yo, he's like, if we ever get time and I'm not working on set and you get some time, he's like, this is definitely something where, again, you don't necessarily need a freestyle because it's not fully prescribed, but at least like there's guidance, you know what I mean, or some type of direction with the themes that you guys kind of put together. So that's what he and I really love about it. But tell me a little bit, if you don't mind, about like the inception of OcTOYber and like how it sort of came to be, before even maybe we discovered it and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, sure. So obviously, if it's not insanely obvious, heavily inspired by Inktober. One could say it's the blueprint. But me and my friend, big shout out to Marcus Cripps, baby, great artist. I've been friends with Marcus for a very long time. He's more serious about art than I am, infinitely more serious. But he would do Inktober every single year, and then obviously when you're like around like your friends, like and like osmosis happens and like you're inspired and enabled and influenced by them and whatnot. So like I was doing Inktober for a couple of years, but then I was thinking like, I really wish we could do like this with toys. And like for 3 years, I I was like, we got to do this with toys. We have to do like a Inktober, but for like figures and like toy photography and ACBA. And like every year, September 30th would happen, or October 1st would happen, and I would see Marcus post his first Inktober, and I go, I was supposed to do something. This so like for 3 years, it was like just like festering in my mind. And then one year I just happened to like get ahead of it. It was 2018. And I basically put this whole thing together. And then I hit up Bug and I was like, dude, this is like my idea for like a new event. And like this was right after we had done, I think Photo Combat had just wrapped, and this was in like this is when like ACBA was like operating at like a very high level. Not to say it isn't now, but like this was like when all the stars were aligned and everybody had the perfect amount of free time. Whereas now, like everybody's like married and like has kids or whatever, but like we had all these competitions happening throughout the year, and I remember being like very nervous, which like in hindsight I shouldn't have been. Bug's like the homie or whatever, but like still like proposing something like at this large of a scale, I just kept on thinking like, well, we have like so many competitions, like I can't imagine like just another one would like go so well. Like would people even want to do this? Like but then because of it being inspired by Inktober, I always wanted it to be like crazy low stakes. Like, it's not even necessarily a competition. It's just something to do with the community. Like the fact that it's a competition was actually Boog's suggestion. just to create like incentive and hype for like the first year around, which was like an incredibly, you know, smart and well thought out move, because like so many people participated in year one alone, which was crazy. But yeah, I just put like this whole proposal together, and then like I don't even know why I was nervous at all, because he was like down for it like immediately. He's like, yeah, let's figure it out, let's get a theme list together. And at that point I had already been doing all like the graphic design and assets stuff for ACBA before, so like I was already in that groove of like creating like media for ACBA. Like I did all the calendars for competitions and whatnot, so it was just like another thing for me to do at that point, so which was very helpful. So I put together the first year's theme list. Me and the admins got together and like brainstormed like a couple of cool themes. And I will say like the first year was really cool, but the themes were like were very akin to like Inktober, where it's like purposefully like insanely vague, like red or shadow or something like what one word prompts and stuff like that, which is great. It's like it's incredible, especially for like drawing and illustration, because like that is like the ultimate tool for creativity, just like the loosest prompt or whatever.
Yeah,
but I think
agreed.
like as OcTOYber has like evolved in the past like 6 years, like the themes have gotten like more like focused and honed in. Like they're still obviously always up for interpretation, and that is like the main driving point of OcTOYber, is interpreting all these themes in your own way. But like it's more than like red or or something like that. It's all like if I can like make a theme a pun in any way, then like I'll do it. Or like if it like phonically sounds cool, then like I'll do it. Like I don't even care. So
That's
so
awesome.
that's basically the evolution of OcTOYber for sure.
Nice. And I totally get that. You know what I mean? Like where, you know, having those simple terms, for example, definitely get you to, you know, have almost carte blanche, you know what I mean? Very vague, and you can just kind of go from anywhere. But I like the fact that, you know, you said that you kind of evolved and moved into like the phrases and stuff like that, taglines, because I think the other thing too is like that may motivate people to think about, you know, things that maybe are more meaningful to them and inspire them to kind of, you know, create and incentivize that a little bit more. Like, you know, day 4 theme, for example, got to go fast. Like if you're a Sonic fan, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Immediately you know what that is about. But at the same time, if you are just a general collector, like you might just think about speedsters. And then you
Yeah.
can just kind of go into Flash, into Quicksilver, into all kinds of stuff like that too. So I think that's really fun, especially the fact that, you know, writing either, you know, through comics, through um, cartoons, through, you know, MCU, DCEU, like, you know, and all those types of scripting and stuff like that. Sometimes there are these memeable quotes or like just iconic quotes that, to your point, like it could be interpreted in a different way where someone made it big, like Avengers Assemble, but you know, if you could just kind of flip that into its own script of assembling a puzzle or like something that is completely not even anything to do with Avengers, but maybe putting Lego blocks together or anything like that, which is kind of fun. You know what I mean? As a challenge for that. So love it. Um, cool. Thank you for that backstory.
Yeah.
Definitely a success because you know last time that I looked, you know, there was over 31,000 uses of the hashtag from my read. So
Cheers.
congrats, you know, on those stats. You know what I mean? And it's really big. So it's great that you guys keep it going. And that you know you have that covered in the ACBA podcast. I know that you were talking about it on Friday and covering some of the awesome shots and submissions that are coming through. So for those that don't know, again, you shoot your shot. Full tangible displays are recommended but not required. You post it, of course, new photos only. You use the hashtag OcTOYber_ACBA, but then you actually need to email OcTOYber rather, ACBA at gmail.com for judging. And that's how you actually get your submission in.
Yes.
The other thing that, again, we presented, you know, you and the ACBA crew with was, you know, a little fun incentive, you know, from some friends that we have here. And for those that don't know, it's a store, a collectible store here based in Toronto called Titan Toyz. So Titan Toyz is based in Toronto, as I just mentioned. Drew, Olive, and I, we work with them to try and connect them with the community, because that's the big thing. When we first started, working with them, what they said is, they don't want to just be a regular toy store where they don't have any personality. They're just kind of moving units, and anyone can order from anyone. What they really made apparent was that they want to get back to the community. They want to be part of the community in some way, shape, or form. So a couple of the things that really attracted us to them is they would post up at local cons, not even like the big fan expos and stuff like that, but the small mom and pop style ones in the community centers, and they would still put 1 or 2 tables there. Drew and I would post up, and we'd kind of help them, try and get some toy photography and, action figures posed out of box so people know what they're buying, which, that's really rare, that you're not just seeing, stacks of boxes and stuff that are totally sealed. Like they'd say like, hey, do you want to take a look, open it up? Like that's such a rare, kind of thing to have those loose figs out for you to get a feel for the articulation and all that other types of stuff. The other thing is they started, looking for dio builders. So they were working with a couple friends of ours, Shay and Noah, and to elevate that even more, you know what I mean? They started to put dios like around like their tables and stuff at these smaller cons, knowing that, that part of the creation in the toy community was so important and so big. And now they're to the point where, they're trying to help, some local builders sell, and through consignment, on the website, or at least posting their stuff, on their social feeds, which I think is awesome. And even at one point when we were ordering some Dusties from you over the summer, I asked you, I said, hey, I'm like, would you be willing, you know what I mean, to sell in bulk? But I know that was kind of a new kind of thing, because you're usually like direct to consumer, especially like, it's a tight knit community that, who's kind of using the effects. But that just kind of, I'm just saying that, to kind of show, the type of, the personality and the people that kind of run Titan Toyz, which I think is really cool. And last month, they actually hosted a Titan Toyz showdown, which is more of a head-to-head tournament style photo submission competition. And so right away, they had kind of those things kind of going in tandem. But I said, hey, once those wrap up, I'm going to talk to these guys, because maybe they would want to get attached to something like OcTOYber. So that's when, I reached out to you on DMs and said, hey, there's an awesome store that I work with, and they want to do some stuff with other creators. And that's when I kind of like pitched it over to you. And then I know you spoke to some of to the guys there, Bug and Fab and Rick, I imagine. And, you guys probably had that little powwow to say like, yeah, let's go for it. So for those that don't know, on top of the trophies that Pancheezey and the crew are putting together, Titan Toyz is sponsoring OcTOYber. And so they have 3 incentives that they're adding on to the trophies. So first place is going to take $150 Canadian in Titan Toyz credit. Second place is going to get $100 Canadian in Titan Toyz credit. And third place is going to get $50 Canadian in Titan Toyz credit. So that's all, added to the trophies that, you all are putting together for the email submissions. And on top of that, let me grab this hoodie real quick.
Oh, wonderful.
First, second, and third will also be winning. There's 4 different kinds, but this is one of the Titan Toyz hoodies. Actually, let me big it up here. Let's hide this guy. And you can see this is the gray version with the Titan Toyz logo right there. And the stitch quality, honestly, is like really like legit.
Like it's crazy comfortable.
Yeah, it's super comfortable. I got the oversized, and then smaller details too. Like they did like a hem tag, off to the side over here,
nice.
On the pocket, and then a large print on the back as well. And it just kind of talks about when they were established and a little bit like that. So the way they treated this particular line was treating it like the hoodie was a collectible in itself. They did a limited run.
Very nice.
Right. And then they were treating it like this is a comic or a card, something that, you just kind of pick up in the shop. So in any case, there's a couple different colorways that I'll pull up over here. If we go to gear, so we have the yellow.
Oh,
we have the blue. This is the gray that I just showed here, and then you got the black. So the first, again, the first, second, and third place winners on top of that store credit, they're going to be getting each one of these Titan Toyz hoodies, which is valued
nice.
at $130 Canadian.
Whoa.
So again, premium, like they're super comfortable and really excellent quality. Like it's definitely not something like you'd get at like a, you know, print on, you know what I mean, mall kiosk like type of thing. Like they actually are really, really well made. So that's something I think is really cool that, you know, they said we don't need to be involved in this in the judging or to limit anything in terms of what makes the ACBA OcTOYber competition and themes. Like we want to keep it authentic. The main thing they wanted to do, just like you said, and where I found the perfect fit, it's more of an incentive to get people active in the community, you know, to get them posting and to kind of give some a little bit of love back. So I appreciate, you know, ACBA, you know, like being welcoming to the offer, you know, for this. And, you know, I know that they're really looking forward to, you know, seeing some a more amazing toy photography for the next 15 days or so. So the one thing I would ask for the people that are sort of tuning in, not mandatory, but highly encouraged, would be as you're posting, you know, your hashtag OcTOYber posts, it would be awesome if you can maybe tag at Titan Toyz store. So that's at Titan Toyz with a Z store on Instagram, and then that way at least they would get some visibility to your stuff. Maybe, you know, share your toy photography on their stories, just to kind of help amplify, you know, the art and all the creation that the toy community is doing. So again, that's Titan Toyz with a Z store on Instagram. So would love that. And so really, again, pancheezey, it'll be super easy. You guys do business as usual, right? At the end of the month, you just let us know the 3 names that you pulled. And then Drew and I will send that over to our friends at Titan Toyz, and they'll go and they'll either give them, again, a promo code that corresponds to those 50, 100, 150, you know, credits to the store, or they might just kind of, you know, give them some type of credit on an account, and then they can put that towards, you know, collectibles. They do figurines, they do TCG. So really, you know what I mean? Like, I think the people that are submitting, you know, for OcTOYber, it's just the perfect way to kind of, you know, put money back into maybe something that you're already looking to pre-order, or something that you maybe was out of the budget, and now you just got the extra funds to justify, hey, I'm definitely going to buy that now. So,
Yeah. Wonderful.
Catching up on chat, I do see Bear Ass Godzilla.
What a great name. I love Bear. I'll never forget when I first saw his screen name. I lost my mind. It was so funny.
That's amazing. I love that name. That's pretty sick. I think it's pretty sick. Again, OcTOYber in general is pretty sick. The fact that, you know, Titan wants to come in and help people, motivate them to get, you know, dust off the cameras, I think is pretty sick. And Cap Lives is saying that he's really enjoying OcTOYber this year. It's really fun to see. Obviously, all the you know, the amazing art that people put together, and how, you know, again, to your point, they interpret you know, each of the themes that you put together in their own unique ways. You know, some are super simple, some have like super vibrant lighting, others are you know, focusing on like their shadows and like and more darker things, keeping them in focus. You got these Jujutsu Kaisen guys just kind of chilling on a dock, you know, like natural sunlight and stuff like that too. So there's so much variety in regards to, you know, how people, you know, interpret this this stuff. But again, always fun to see. So excited. You know, I'll tune in, you know, to the ACBA podcast as you guys sort of go through and critique. I think that's a really important thing too. You know, which is really cool to have, you know, ACBA kind of critiquing and calling out, you know, either specific techniques, you know, whether, you know, you're talking about tangible or use of stands, you know, blurring effects or practical blurring effects, and other types of ways, you know, hey, did they use smoke or are they using dusties? Like, there's all kind of like cool call outs, right? In regards to how this kind of comes together. So again, everyone, be sure to tune into the ACBA podcast, of course, with the boys at ACBA to kind of check out a lot more of these. We won't go into a deep dive now because I know they'll be talking about that on the next show. But that's what I wanted to kind of talk about for at least OcTOYber. I did want to geek out and maybe round out our conversation with some fun Filipino stuff to kind of again end light. But did you have anything that you wanted to kind of plug or anything you wanted to kind of share about OcTOYber a little bit more?
I will say one thing. I don't say this on the ACBA podcast, just for the sake of maintaining the integrity of the event. Please look at my shit. Please. Like, go on my profile and look at my pictures. Please. Every year I take part in the event because I cannot stand the fact that I cannot stand not doing it. Like, I feel obligated. It's like a true sickness. I feel obligated to be in there and do it alongside everybody else in the community. Like, if I didn't do that, I would feel like a fraud, a phony. So, like, how can I ask people to do this if I'm not doing it myself? This year is especially grueling because, I'm taking care of a whole ass human being at the same time. So, so if you guys could, hey, check out my profile, huh? How about that?
Absolutely. And dude, you've been killing it. You've been absolutely killing it. I'm loving, again, we talked about Dragon Ball. We always geek about Dragon Ball types of stuff. So, it's true. You know what I mean? Like you have to kind of walk and lead, a leader, a true leader is someone that actually participates, with the group as well. Not just telling people, hey, post. And it's like, well, why isn't Pancheezey posting then? Like, screw that guy, right? So you're leading by example, dude. And I think that that's like absolutely, very commendable because, again, full-time worker, full-time husband, full-time dad is a lot of work. So the fact that you're able to still pump out all this money is awesome. So congrats on keeping the community going. Bare ass gorilla saying every day, baby.
Yeah. For integrity's sake, look at my stuff too, please.
It's true. And then we got the homie Static Thunder joining
Let's go
as well. Better late than never. But thanks for joining Static Thunder. We just got through talking about OcTOYber, ACBA, of course, all the amazing photography that the community is putting together for ACBA's monthly or annual event of the year, and then also about the Titan Toyz sponsorship. So you can see the ticker on the bottom. Again, I don't want to reiterate that too much and beat it with the dead horse because we do want to kind of lighten up the tail end of the stream. So just take a look at the ticker on the bottom there. That's your instructions in regards to using the hashtag and what to tag and getting your photo submissions in. But y'all know the drill already by this time. And if you have any questions, you could always hit up Pancheezey and I on DMs, and we'll hook you up with all the details you need to know. So let's switch over. Still collector and toy or gaming adjacent. Again, if you don't know, I'm Kuya Kicks, my name. People, Kuya in Filipino, Tagalog specifically, one of the dialects of the Philippines actually means older brother or mentor even, but typically it's older brother, the next elder to you. So Kuya Kicks is my name because Francisco hyper abbreviated from Kiko to Kicks. You get Kuya Kicks, and that's who I am. And that's what my nieces, nephews, my younger cousins would call me. Pancheezey, the homie over here, half Indian, half Filipino as well. So we're brethren, Pinoys with toys over here. So the fact that we have that connection, I did want to bring up this here. Let's pull up some fun stuff. Everyone knows Pancheezey for Pokemon, of course, another big thread, that I think carries over into, both of our fandoms and probably a lot of the people in the chat as well. So something that is a little bit more culturally relevant, I thought was fun, is this post that I found on types of people at Filipino parties as told by Pokemon cards. Let's go through these and let's see if like you and I can relate, if we have these people in family or not. So let's start with Pokemon card number 1, Instagram Tita.
Oh my god.
Always taking pictures of food, decor, and people. Expect her to post a 10 photo slideshow later with a thoughtful caption. God bless. do you have an Instagram Tita in your
it's Facebook. It's Facebook Titas for me.
Yes, I was gonna say it's Facebook Tita.
Dude, like Instagram Titas, like what, like there's no way any of them are over 35. Like it's all Facebook for me and my family, and like the stereotypes of Filipino older women like posting pictures. Like if it wasn't Facebook, like some of them are still on Friendster. I don't understand how, but
that's awesome. But I agreed. I have the titas that, again, every weekend they're doing some type of family function, prayer group, some travel or something like that, and it is exactly this. So I agree. Well, I will say that I do have a Facebook. All right, candidate number 2, the disappointment.
No. That's so great.
The attack is Tattoo Flash. Has multiple tattoos, didn't go to a university, and can't speak Tagalog. Often feels like the family outsider, but secretly proud of their unique path. Do you have the disappointment in the circle?
That's me. That's me.
Dude, come on.
It's me. The tattoos, everything. That's crazy.
How many tattoos do you got?
I just have 2 tattoos. That's it.
Fair
but
enough.
that's still too many. It's my body is
You've sinned twice.
That's it.
among the other ways.
That's true. Yeah.
Fair enough. I have 0 tattoos. But this could be me too. I didn't go to university. I went through a different method, I guess like college, junior college, you know what I mean? So I don't got the degree. I can't speak Tagalog. Definitely went against the grain. Like I'm not a nurse. I'm not working in healthcare or anything like that. So it could be both of us, right? So all right. Energy Kid. Power is endless chaos. Running around nonstop, creating havoc. No one can stop him. And he's probably broken a few things already. You got games on your phone?
Dude, unreal. I haven't been to a Filipino party in a very long time. Like, to put it in perspective, like smartphones didn't exist the last time I went to a Filipino party. So, like, Energy Kid, again, is me. Like, like me and my friends, like, dude. Filipino parties just they're like anything can just turn into a Filipino party. Like your own birthday is no longer your birthday. It is an excuse for all your Filipino friends to come over and like just completely ignore everybody else. Is crazy.
The dining room gets taken over by a buffet, and it's just like,
oh yeah,
right.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Good times. It's been a while since we had them too. I think it's also a generational thing. I think that guys our age, like it's we had our parents that were kind of organizing that a lot more, and they were tighter with with their Filipino cousins or brothers and sisters, where we were more getting assimilated and into Western culture and meeting other people, that those ties were unfortunately a little washed out. But good memories nonetheless, you know what I mean, of being of us as the Energy Kid once upon a time.
That's true. What the
video booth?
What?
This isn't even a person. This is a thing. This is
that's crazy. This
Flying Kiss. Take stunning 360 slow motion video. Dude, I feel like this is just like literally an ad and not a card. So let's skip this. I have done this once upon a time in Mexico, but it's not a person. So we're going next. Dance instructor Tito, line dancing leader, the life of the party, who knows all the traditional line dances and makes sure the titas are on their feet. He keeps the high energy high and moves are sharp.
Crazy.
Weaknesses are sitting down too long and quote rock baby rock.
Incredible.
Now, I am the dance instructor Tito.
No way. Let's go, dude.
My dad used to DJ. Like he actually DJ'd his own wedding. He mixed it on a reel to reel and played
Incredible.
it on the wedding.
That's insane.
And so he and my mom, they would do Latin dance, which so that's something that I carried over with my fiance. And then same with the line dancing. Just one of those things, if I hear "Follow Me" or "Knock 3 Times" or one of those like classic bangers, like I'll be on the dance floor dancing with my mom and the titas and stuff like that. So guilty. This is totally me.
That's crazy. I never knew like the fun like Filipino dances. It was always like I knew like tinikling and shit like that. Like I was like paraded. Dude, me and my mom were like the only people that knew how to do tinikling like when we moved to South Carolina. So like we would be at like every festival and like cultural festival. Like they would ask us to come and like I was like, dude, I'm
on a show.
I'm over this, dude. Dude, one time I like rolled my ankle and I had to finish the whole thing like just like in excruciating pain, but I was like, it's for the culture. I have to do it.
Dude, I've seen it. I feel your pain. I haven't done traditional dance, but I've had friends that have done that, and I've seen dudes get their ankles snapped in those bamboo sticks,
Dude,
and I'm not envious of that whatsoever. But same, like I mean, not the same as tinikling, but I'm not sure if you went to any like debuts, like the 18th birthday, like kind of celebrations, like the coming of age parties. So one thing that Filipinos have similar to the Spanish culture is, Spanish culture will have their quinceañera, usually like at 16. So like a debut or a cotillion ball, like Filipinos kind of like took that and borrowed that into the culture because, we were a Spanish colony for like 500 years or something like that.
Yeah.
But instead of 16, it's at 18. So at 18, it's like a mini wedding in the sense that like they rent the hall. It's like it's sit down, catered, all that other kind of fun stuff. And that was my trial by fire because my aunt was a debut like ballroom instructor, and whenever some dude dropped out, like and there's a breakup in the group, I would get thrown in there to be the ringer.
That's
and
incredible.
I got legit pimped out to be the backup dancer of all these things. But hey, at the same time, thank you, Tita Jamie, because if you did not put me into those debuts, I wouldn't be the dance instructor Tito that I am today.
Hell yeah, dude.
So we'll take that as a W over here. Let's get into the next card here. Fairy Ninang. Generational healing.
Watching basketball. Incredible.
Boxing, of course, Pac-Man. And Drag Race. Okay, very progressive. Here for the food, but also setting healthy boundaries and knowing which celebrities have Filipino blood. The safest relative to come out to.
That's so funny.
Weaknesses and resistance is emotional burnout, and she says you can always talk to me. That's
crazy.
I don't think I have anyone that's this progressive. If anything, this is kind of in like maybe like I feel our generation where like my sister and I are probably like the people that are trying to like break the stereotypical molds, but I don't think I could say I have a ninang or a tita level that's that forward thinking.
No, absolutely not. Neither do I.
They're all OG, right? Like
it sounds made up, to be quite honest.
Yeah, this is like an elder millennial or younger ninang, not a older Gen X to boomer ninang at all.
No. there's like shades, but like not all those things at once.
Yes, yes. That's quite the cocktail to say it, for that other generation. Karaoke queen. Belt it out. The first to grab the mic and the last to put it down. She has a song for every occasion and will never skip a power ballad. And
yeah, my heart will go on. Stupid.
What is it with the power ballads though, right? Like I feel that like
the best way to show the range, man.
It's crazy. It's like they don't even go lighthearted, fun, or whatever. Like they legit go for the heartstrings. Like they're trying to make you cry. You know what I mean with this
competitive level.
Exactly. They're turning it into like an esport in itself.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
But I did say I think on our heritage chat that that I suffer from FCS. There's a condition, Filipinos that can't sing.
No.
And but I will double click on that and say I'm a Filipino that will sing. So even though I'm not saying like again, I'm no Bruno Mars or any kind of guy like that, but again, drinks or not, I will pick up a mic and I'm game just to kind of make sure that I'm again participating. You know what I mean? Leading by example there. All right. Print photo booth. Dude, are these just ads that are mixed? I think they're just ads mixed in. E-sign. Bring home your favorite memories with photo strips.
Oh, that's definitely an ad.
Next.
It's so crafty.
All right. I think strict detail. I want to burn through these really quick because there's one more fun one that I wanted to tail end the stream with here. So strict Tito, silent judgment. He's sitting in the corner with his arms crossed, silently judging the younger generation, will randomly give stern 100%. There's a bunch of these in my family. I don't know about you, but there's a lot. Yeah, oh yeah, there's a lot of strict Titos. Like where it's definitely like a live by the respect your elder. Like even if I'm being hypocritical, maybe racist, other types of stuff. It's like
it's crazy.
Yeah, it is wild. It is wild.
See, I you know what? I was actually just talking to my Filipino friend earlier today. Shout out to Josh, Fig Simp, baby. He is like, he's great. He's the best. But I was talking to him because we have like very different like upbringings. Like I was talking to him and telling him like how like lucky I am, and like I never take for granted that like my mom is like, she's not like the stereotypical like Filipino mom that's like mean. Like my mom is like extremely like caring and nurturing and like just very like warm and like accepting about everything. Like to put it in perspective, like in high school, I went through like this gnarly goth phase. I was wearing like trip pants and I wore like fishnet, like long sleeves, under all my short sleeves, everything was black. My mom like just let it happen. And she would always say, like, you can do whatever you want, dude. Like you're gonna look back at it and it's gonna be hilarious, but live it for now, I guess. So she's always been like super supportive about everything. And like, but I've never like had that experience of like just having like an extremely judgmental mom.
Likewise. Oh yeah.
Good. And so like stuff like this is like nutty to me because like my mom's whole family is like that. It's crazy. So like I've never been like exposed to this within my own family. Now when like I moved to like any place that had like a big Filipino community, like all of my friends' parents were like that, and I was just all like, is everybody just mean? Like what is going on? Like all these dudes are like mean. Like what do we do to them? But like apparently that's just how it is, dude. It's great. It wasn't until like social media and like specifically in the last like 2 or 3 years where like Filipino culture has like exploded, and it's like so cool to be Filipino now, like on social media, and like all these memes are coming out, and like obviously like a huge like very popular like meme is like the judgmental like nagging Filipino mom and stuff like that, and like that like kills.
Yeah.
that kills on social media, but I'm just sitting there like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm lucky too. I could say that I can't relate. Mom was very supportive of me as well, very similar to you. I didn't have a goth phase. I was very thuggin. I had long hair past my back. I had like Allen Iverson cornrows and
dude.
stuff.
Well, like I mean, I mix it up too. Like, I would wear trips and like tall tees, and then I would I would have like Tim's on, and it was crazy. I didn't know why. I was so confused as a youth.
I hear you, man. Because after that phase, like that's when I got into my punk stuff, and then I had like literally every color of the rainbow, faux hawks and patches of different neon colors and other types of stuff like that.
Just trying it out.
Yeah, why not? You know, hair grows. Just let it flow.
Yeah, absolutely.
But agreed with you. You know what I mean? It's great that, you know what I mean, we had, you know, very you know, warm, loving moms, you know, to do that. But I think again, there's the stereotype of like the shaming tita or this strict tita, or certainly archetypes in the culture. But let's see if this goes into warmer topics as we get into the next one here.
It's literally
parent. I wonder who this might. Are you and the wifey guilty, or how would you judge this?
You know what? It's so funny that this is being pulled up now. I am never this ever until literally yesterday, where like my mom took the best picture of my son I've ever seen in my entire life. It's crazy how good this picture looks. Like, you know what? I'm about to be this parent right now. I'm going to share this picture to my story so you can see it again. I just had it up. I don't know if it's still up. No, it's not. But like, I'll share it again. But my mom took this picture of my kid. I cannot believe how good my kid looks in this picture. And I'm showing this photo to like literally everyone. Like anybody with a pulse who like
that's awesome. You got to be proud, man. Like that's, you know,
that's it. Yeah, I just posted it on my story if you want to pull it up. Show it to the masses. There it is. Look at this boy. Unreal.
Super cute.
There we go. Look at him. He's great. Oh my god.
Proud of you, dude. Happy for you. It's awesome. You know what I mean? A lot of my friends have kids that are getting older. My fiance's friends are the ones that, you know, have been married, you know, over the last like 5 to 8 years or so. And then, you know, they're having kids and stuff like that now too. One of them actually had a baby this year as well. So, you know, really happy for you and seeing these families grow. So, you know, I'd be proud too. So don't, you know, I'm not, no shade, you know, in regards to, you know, you being wanting to share, you know, the joy and what you created in life. So, you know, man, props to you.
It's crazy because like growing up, I don't know if it's the same with like your mom, but like my mom was like she wasn't adamant about like a ton of things, but like I remember she always drilled into my head like don't show off, don't like be the kind of person like shows off, never like talk about yourself. If like if something about you is extraordinary enough, like they will see that in you. You don't have to like put it out there for people to see, they'll notice it. But I will tell anybody about my kid at all times. Like, don't even bother to like, like wait for my kid to be brought up in a conversation. Like specifically this photo. Like, it's so crazy.
Yo,
but
man,
yeah,
do you again? Something to be proud of. I'm not definitely can't knock that at all. I think that's just one of the parts of being a parent. You know, and you know, I'm here for it. You know, I'm happy, you know, to my sister, for example, she has 3 beautiful children. Her eldest is my godson, and you know, he's doing toy photography himself. He's 11 years old, getting into stop motion.
That's wonderful.
He's able to ask me, he's like, oh, is a SHF like really that much better than a Marvel Legends? And like we're having conversations like that.
It's a great question.
He's talking about like coding and trying to get into stuff like that. So it's really cool to see, you know what I mean, many versions of my sister, my brother-in-law, and then also, you know, some of like my hobbies that I see, like, you know what I mean, kind of like passing on through him, which I think is really cool. But I know, so we started a little late, and we ran a little long. The last thing that I want to share, not a Pokemon, but just something for fun, is this here. Tupac Yao.
What is going on?
So this just
California love is so funny.
Dear Nanai.
That's so
Like,
great, man.
The comments are awesome.
I know these comments are about to pop off. I can just tell.
Yeah, ain't nothing but a lumpia party.
Incredible.
Like, there's so many good cuts for the people that have like the that understand Tagalog and stuff, because it's pretty fun.
So funny.
But yeah, I just wanted to kind of end with a fun laugh here. You know what I mean? Because we love the culture, we can laugh at it, we appreciate it at the same time, and we share it. So again, it's one of the things I think when I met you and Machu and 796. It's kind of one of those things. You know what I mean? Hey, it's cool that there's other Filipinos that we can could relate to. With toys and games and all this other fun stuff, and also just like the culture in general. So thanks for being here. With us today. The last thing I guess I'll say is just to kind of remind people, the reason why we got together for this is it's still OcTOYber. It's still OcTOYber. All eyes on teens. So
incredible.
Oh shoot. I lost my train of thought just because this guy right here. The reason why we're here today again is it's ACBA OcTOYber, and that's really what we're chatting about today. It's the flagship big event of the year, where there's 31 awesome days and themes and opportunities for you to post your toy photography, get creative, where the ACBA folks are hooking people up with trophies. And again, Titan Toyz, a toy retailer here based in Toronto, is also sponsoring the OcTOYber competition over here. And so on top of the trophies that ACBA will be issuing at the end of the month, Titan Toyz will also be providing $50 for third Canadian, 100 Canadian for second, 150 for first in store credit to Titan Toyz, where you can buy collectibles, figurines, TCG, and other types of stuff like that. And then they'll also be rewarding them with these sweet hoodies, which I got to grab again.
It's a nice hoodie.
Right.
It's exceptionally great.
Quality, yeah, again, quality is honestly off the hook. Like right away, the big thing that I saw was like when I saw between the print or the embroidery, I'm like, yeah, I gotta go with like this solid stitch here. Again, hem tag on the pocket, print on the back. These go for 130 Canadian. So each first, second, and third will have their choice of yellow, blue, gray, or black in the Titan Toyz hoodie. And it's just a matter of, again, participate in OcTOYber. So post those on Instagram and use that hashtag @mention Titan Toyz, so they can share it on their stories as well. But most importantly, you got to email the submissions to OcTOYberACBA@gmail, so that they actually have it there. Make sure to detail your subject line, the day and the theme that you're shooting towards as well. Make it easy for ACBA to find those themes and sort through, so they can judge them accordingly. And at the end of the month, again, they're going to draw those winners, those top 3 winners. They're going to take home those trophies, and they'll grab $150, $150 in Titan Toyz credit and the hoodies, and those get shipped right to you. So I mean, I think it's just awesome that one, ACBA was willing to partner with Titan for the sponsorship opportunity. And two, that I have you on stream today to be able to kind of talk about it, geek out about toys, games, and all kinds of fun stuff. So that's all I got from me. But anything you want to plug or anything you want to say before we go?
Check out the last stream we did with Machi, for sure. It's a great video to go back and watch. More selfishly, follow me on Instagram. Instagram, pancheezey. That's it. That's really it. there's nothing else.
Nice. And for those that don't know what Pancheezey was just talking about, again, I had Pancheezey and Machu on my Asian Heritage chat in May, where we were talking again similarly about games and toys and Filipino culture and stuff like that. One of the strings that kind of binds us all kind of together. So you could find that on my chat history on the live section there. Again, follow at Pancheezey, follow at Kuya Kicks. That's me. And until next time, we'll see you soon.
Peace.
Who else we got here? Scrolling. We got Caillou Kicks saying, "Walk it out, dude."
Kuya Kicks.
Kuya Kicks. My bad. Yeah, I mean, name.
Caillou is a children's show.
Oh, and everybody hates him, right? Doesn't everybody hate him?